Hello there, Whipper here, and once again, welcome back to another mod showcase. And today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the Mob Guns mod. And pretty much what this does is it adds mob guns into Minecraft. Surprise, surprise, considering it's called the Mob Guns mod. But there are loads and loads and loads of mob guns, and they look pretty freaking insane. I mean, look at this thing. If I actually go to third person, you can see it goes from horizontal to vertical. And now I'm just firing at the ground, which is not going to be very effective at all. I'm just aiming at the ground, which is not obviously going to hit any mobs whatsoever, but this thing is humongous. It's bigger than I am. I'm amazed that my arm can actually support such a heavy thing. It must be made of like carbon fiber or something to be so light so I can carry it. Anyway, this mod adds loads of different mob guns. There's one for every single mob in the game, and it pretty much just fires out that mob in baby form, I believe it is. Let's just fire this and check. Yep, there we go. It's a baby version of a pig, and it fires at the ground, and there's loads of particles, and each mob gun has different abilities. When it actually collides with a mob or the ground, you get different particles. So some of them, like the blaze one, actually sets the mob on fire, but not all of them have special abilities, so I'm just going to go through them all and show you what each one does. But I'm just going to show you how many there actually are. So if we go to the creative mode inventory here, you can see there's loads of them. We've got 4 whole rows full of these mob guns. There are some YouTuber ones, so it's not all mobs. So we've got loads of YouTuber specific ones. I might look at some of these later on, but for the moment I'm just going to do the original mob ones. So what I'm going to do is I need some mobs to actually test these things out on. So I'm going to go to the top of this hill, and over there I spawned a ton of pigs, like so many of them. We've got loads of pigs to fire at, and yeah, let's see what happens. And by the way, to actually craft these, it's pretty much the same crafting recipe for each one. You just replace this central item here. So this pig gun is crafted with 3 diamonds, 4 iron ingots, an emerald, and in this case a raw pork chop. And just to compare with another one, to craft the cow gun, you're going to need some raw beef, and sheep one, you're going to need some wheat. So all of the different guns have different required central crafting items to actually differentiate between the mob guns. But I'm just going to go through these one by one. I'm not going to show you all of the crafting recipes because that'd take forever, but I am going to say that there's a massive list of all the different items that you need to put in the center on the mod topic, so you know exactly how to craft each individual mob gun. But let's just start off with the pig gun. So we've got loads of pigs to aim and fire at down there, so let's just open fire on these pigs, like so, and it fires out a baby pig at the pig. I am killing pigs with pigs. That's a bit weird, isn't it? But you can see this pig gun does 4 damage per hit at any range, so it doesn't matter how far the projectile actually fires. As long as it collides with the mob, it's always going to do 4 damage, and yeah, when it collides with the ground, like so, it just sprays out loads of porky goodness particles all over the place. But next up, we have the zombie gun, and the zombie gun fires out baby zombies, I think? Yep. Or are these full size? No, these are definitely baby zombies. And how much damage do these do? 7 damage, so that's quite a lot more. And it fires out rotten flesh particles all over the ground, like so, whenever you fire it at the ground. But then next up we've got the cow gun, and this one, you fire at mobs, and wow, that just completely collided with this dead shrub, didn't it? That's the reason it didn't hit the mob. Pig, you're not escaping that easily. So it seems to do 5 damage when I can actually hit the mobs. I think that one only had 4, so that's why it died. Yeah, 5 damage per hit. It doesn't matter what range. And then we've got the chicken gun, which fires out baby chickens. I love the fact it's firing out baby mobs. They're just so cute, even though they do explode, which is kind of not very cute. I mean, exploding baby chickens. I mean, that's really peculiar. Suicidal chickens. Anyway, I'm just going to fire at some more mobs. How much damage does this do? Considering it's only a tiny little baby chicken, I mean, 2 damage is quite amazing, really, considering the size of this thing. But yeah, that's all it does. It looks kind of like a snowball with a beak. And then next up, we've got the skeleton gun. And I'm presuming this is going to do the same as the zombie, so 7 damage. No, this does even more. Look at that. It's probably because skeletons use arrows, and arrows are quite effective, so it kind of makes sense. And look at all these pigs. There's so many damn pigs. But yeah, you can look at that. It does 10 damage. It probably does even more than that, but my mobs don't have enough health to actually test it out. But then after that, we've got the creeper gun. And this one is different to the rest, because this is just incredible. Watch this. You fire at the ground. Massive explosion. It's like the creeper explodes on contact with the ground, so it's just like a normal creeper explosion, but you have control of exactly where it explodes and lands. So I can blow up a whole bunch of pigs at the same time, like so, they're all dying. It's just crazy. It's actually like a rocket launcher, and you can use it to like jump in the air like this. Whee! I just love mods where there's an item where I can rocket jump like in Team Fortress 2. It's just so cool. So you can fire it backwards behind you like so, and you can get some real distance on this thing. Look at that. You can use it to travel around your world. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention that these things do actually require ammo, and pretty much the ammo is the items that you use to craft it, but in your inventory. So you can see I've got 7 raw pork chop in my inventory right now, and if I get my pig gun, every time I fire a pig out, it uses up 1 raw pork chop. So effectively what this weapon is doing is it's turning a dead piece of a pig into an actual living pig, which is really creepy, and it's the same for every single mob gun. So for example, the chicken gun requires let's see, feathers as ammo, and the creeper one, I think it will be gunpowder, and you can't use it unless you've got that ammo in your inventory. Right, now I've cleared that up, let's go back to destroying stuff. Yes, back to creative, where I can use it unlimited. It's gonna be amazing. Explosions all over the place. Yeah, well actually I think I've had enough fun with this one. So next up we've got the sheep gun, and I really hate this one because I'm firing out sheep, and the sheep are gonna explode, and it's gonna be really sad because they're sheep and they definitely do not deserve to explode, but I've just got to do it once because I have to show you what it does. So yeah, fired out a sheep and it does 4 damage. Look at that baby sheep, it just explodes into lovely lamb stuff. Anyway, lamb stuff, really. Oh, that's horrible. Yep, I'm not going to be using this one anymore. It's the worst one ever. But then next up, we've got the cat gun. And if you really find pleasure from exploding cats, then you'll enjoy this one. It explodes with fish. It's like the contents of its stomach erupting everywhere when it hits the ground. And it does... wow! Why do cats do so much damage? This makes no sense. I mean, I suppose they are the opposite to creepers, the things creepers fear the most, so it's only natural they do a lot of damage, but 10 damage, that's insane! So firing cats apparently is like a really effective weapon. I was not expecting that in the slightest. But yes, so that's the ocelot launcher, or the cat gun. But then next up we've got the slime gun, and this one, when you fire at the ground, of course you're going to get slime particles, and when you fire it at mobs, does it do anything? Well, yeah, I was seeing if it had any special effect, but it does quite a lot of damage. We've got 10 damage there, pretty effective weapon, and yeah, that's pretty much the slime gun. And does it do anything special? No, not really. Just testing it out. But then next up, we have the snowman gun. Now this one I was a bit disappointed with. It fires out snowman without the pumpkin head, which I always thought looks really weird, because normally in Minecraft the only snowmen you can actually make are the ones with the pumpkin heads, and this one just doesn't have it. It's just got a happy little face. It's really peculiar, but it is quite big as well. I mean, how does that thing even fit in this mob launcher? It just makes no sense whatsoever. But this thing, let's see how much damage it does. I think it does 10 damage. Let's see. No, 7 damage. But I was hoping something like this would like freeze mobs on contact, like if they'd be frozen in a block of ice or something, or maybe it'd give like a slowness of potion effect to them. But I've seen nothing of the sort, which is really disappointing. I think they can actually take this mod a little bit further than they have by adding potion effects to certain mob launchers to make it a little bit more useful to actually use some of these things, apart from it just being base damage. But yeah, that's the snowman gun. But then next up we've got the spider gun. Spider gun, spider gun. I can't think of a tune to go along with that, can you? I don't know of a tune. Spider gun, spider gun. I don't even know. Anyway, so we've got a pig over here, and we're going to fire it at the pig, and again, 10 damage. It seems all of the aggressive mobs, like zombies, skeletons, stuff like that, all do 10 damage or more. I'm not actually sure what the precise damage value is. I can't really see it, because the pigs don't have enough health. I might actually just get myself an iron golem so I can test this out. Iron golem spawner, here we go. So let's see how much damage this thing actually does. Yeah, 10 damage. Okay, it seems like it actually does do 10 damage. But then next up, we've got the squid gun. And considering it's a squid, it could be quite a mess. Yep, 10 damage. Then again, squids aren't aggressive. It's doing 10 damage. Well, then again, it's the same as the cats, isn't it? But yeah, so that's the squid gun. And then we've got the wither skeleton gun. Now, this one surely should be explosive because, you know, wither skulls fired by withers. Very explosive. So let's see what this one does. Nope. Not in the slightest. That was really disappointing. I was expecting a nice TNT explosion, but no, it's just 10 damage. Whoa. Okay. There's an invisible block here, which I'm walking into. Oh dear, Minecraft. Still buggy after all these years. And then next up, we have a villager gun. I was doing a villager, like, impression. Anyway, let's fire it at the mobs. There's like emerald particles as it collides with the ground and stuff. That's quite nice. Firing out a whole villager from this gun. It's like squidged up in there or something. That must look ridiculous if you actually stared down the barrel of it. So, yep, it does 10 damage. And then we've got a blaze. And this one, as I mentioned earlier, actually sets mobs on fire. So, we're going to hit the pig, and you can see it dies because of 10 damage. And it also sets the mob on fire. Let's just spawn down another iron golem to test this out on. It does 17 damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage. And it's going to keep burning the Iron Golem, I don't know, for about 5 seconds or something like that. I don't know how long fire actually lasts in Minecraft. It seemed to be about 5 seconds anyway. And then next up, we've got the Enderman gun. Now, this one does, again, I think it's probably more than that. Let's just spawn down another Iron Golem. Yeah, 15 damage. These are some really aggressive mobs, so it's only natural that do loads of damage. But I was also kind of hoping that when you fired this, it would teleport you to where the Enderman landed. Because, you know, Enderman and their Ender Pearls, you can teleport all over your worlds. So you would have thought that firing out an Enderman, you'd gain its abilities and teleport to wherever it lands, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And now we've got the Mushroom Gun. I think Jack would hate me. You know Jack sucks in Minecraft. He'd probably hate me right now because I'm firing out mushrooms and they're exploding. Yeah, I'm just going to keep doing it to annoy him. If he actually watches this video, yeah. Die, mushrooms, die. Anyway, after that, we've got the Silverfish Gun. And that's just an explosion of silver particles. Really nice. Yeah, just silver particles all over the place. How much damage does it do? I don't know. That pig had loads of health remaining. Let's get another Iron Golem. This world is just going to be flooded by Iron Golems at this rate. 6 damage. So that's what it does. It doesn't do anything special. And then finally, we've got 3 more mob guns to show off. We've got the Ghast Gun. Oh, wait a minute. Ghast, like, have really explosive fireballs. How come they're not blowing up the world? That's really boring, actually, isn't it? It does a lot of damage, though. What's that? About 18 damage, I think? Yep, 18 damage or something along those lines. But it doesn't explode. I really like explosions, as you've probably noticed. I get really disappointed when I think something's going to explode and it doesn't. And then next up we've got the Pigman, like so. And it does quite a lot of damage. Where's that Iron Golem? Yeah, so it does, I don't know, I can't do maths in my head. That's like 18 damage or something. And then finally we've got the Wolf Gun, which fires wolfy particles. Like feathers, I don't know. Why did I just say feathers? It's a wolf. Of course it's not going to have feathers. Fur is what I meant to say at that point. And yeah, let's see how much damage it does. 17 damage. So those are all the basic mob guns of mobs. And now we got onto the kind of YouTuber guns, where you fire out YouTubers at the ground. So if you really want to see your favourite YouTubers explode all over your world, then now you can. So first up we have the Steve Gun. And yes, you can fire out a baby version of Steve. That's quite cute, actually. It doesn't explode on contact with the ground. I was hoping for, like, gut particles, body particles, bits of flesh all over the place. Maybe not. That would be a bit gory. But then next up, we've got the Popular MMOs gun, or the, in this case, Popular MMOs. That's generally what it says. Popular MMOs. Yeah, nice bit of moss in a swamp or something. So you can fire him out, and let's see how much damage. I really need an Iron Golem for this, because he's probably going to do loads of damage. Let's see. Yeah, 20 damage. That's tons. That's probably the most damage of all of the mob guns so far. Really effective, and you get loads of flame particles when you fire him at the ground. Yes. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. Look at all those particles all over the place. And then we've got the Diamond Minecart gun. So let's test it out again on an Iron Golem. Need to get some more of these. I should have used these from the start instead of pigs, because they have a lot more health. So I can see exactly how much each one does. 20 damage again. It seems like all of these are going to do 20 damage. So there's probably not going to be much difference in the damage in the future. But it's got diamond particles all over the place. We're just going to test it out with one more YouTuber so I can stop doing the damage test. Yeah, 20 damage. Look at that. But you can see there's hearts and sparkly bits all over the ground. Sparkly bits, really. It's like Captain Sparkles or something. I bet Captain Sparkles has sparkly bits, but we'll soon see that. Then we've got Sunday, like so. Wow, that's really cool. I'm loving those particles. What's that from? Is that like a TNT igniting particle effect? Not really sure. I do remember it from somewhere, though. And again, 20 damage. Then we've got the Ant Venom gun. And yeah, not as many flames, but similar particle effects, like smoky particles. And then we've got the Aurelian gun, which of course is going to be love hearts and sparkles all over the place. Then we've got the Bill Wallow gun. I think I know this guy, I believe. I'm so sorry if I insulted you there. But yes, we've got water particles all over the place. That's quite nice. Then we've got the Captain Sparkles gun. And this one, I was expecting sparkles. Why are there no sparkles at all? This makes no sense. Please, we need sparkles. So I'm just going to finish the rest of these off quite quickly because there's nothing too special about them and this video is dragging on a bit. So we've got the Dartron gun. I don't actually know this guy, but he has some... Wow, that's really colourful. Look at all those particle colours. Looks kind of like the start of a firework. You expect an explosion in the sky or something. So let's just fire that up. Oh, it didn't really explode. It looks like they just keep on going. And I just love these clouds. I've changed shader packs, by the way, if you haven't noticed. I love this shader pack. It's very vibrant and we've got lovely volumetric clouds or whatever they're called, but I'm just going to fire that off into the distance, and it does seem like they never go down, they never stop going, so you fire them in a direction and they don't stop until they hit a mob or hit the ground, so that's pretty awesome, amazing range on them. And then we've got the Jun gun, I'm not sure, is that like meant to be Gen? Probably, which is hearts and sparkles everywhere. Then we've got the Minecraft Universe gun, which is very purple, loving those purple particles. Then we've got the Noahcraft gun, which of course, he's very good with explosions, so there's going to be loads of explosive particles all over the place. Then we've got the Skyders Minecraft gun, which fires out loads of flames. Then we've got the SC Moans gun. I can't say his name. I'm not sure how it's said. I've never heard of it before. And wow, look at that. It's like the enchanting particle effects. I've always liked those particles. And then finally, we've got the Thanks Seer gun. And look at that. Again, we've got the enchantment and a few flames mixed in for good measure. So, and then we've got a Pork Chop gun. And the Pork Chop gun, you press Q and it fires on the ground like so. I don't know why that was in my inventory, but it's an awesome gun, isn't it? Very effective. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything in this mod. It adds awesome mob guns and YouTuber guns into the game, which do varying amounts of damage, and some of them have special abilities and stuff, but I do wish that they'd have more special abilities, because only a few of them actually do anything significant to mobs apart from damage them. Like, we've got the Blaze that sets them on fire, and the Creeper which explodes, but I'm sure they could have done a lot more in regards to, like, potions and stuff, and potion effects that could be given to the mob on collision by the mob from the mob gun. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this mod showcase, please remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll be seeing you next time. 360 pig kill, and I completely missed.